Hello and welcome back to Perspectives. Now, sadly today James couldn't make it, so instead I'm going to do a short editorial covering recent news out of the United States. The interesting news of the appointment of Harmeet K. Dillon as the incoming Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights. So let's cut through the diplomatic niceties. The Modi government's treatment of Sikhs, from brutal crackdowns on farmers to covert assassination plots, reveals a disturbing anti-Sikh animus lurking behind India's democratic facade. For too long, Americans have been sold the image of India as a rising democratic powerhouse, a critical ally in an unpredictable world. Yet, beneath this glossy veneer lies a darker reality, one in which the Indian state seems hell-bent on stifling Sikh voices both at home and abroad. This hostility is no accident. It's a pattern of intimidation, repression, and even violence targeting one of India's most vibrant religious and cultural communities. The appointment of Harmeet K. Dillon as the incoming Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights in a second Trump administration is a timely reminder of this truth. She's a champion of individual liberty, a voice for human rights, and crucially, a supporter of India's protesting farmers, many of whom were Sikhs. Her outspokenness during India's farmer agitation highlighted what the Modi government wanted the world to forget. Sikhs aren't just another minority to be managed. They are an enduring, spirited people fighting to preserve their dignity, culture and livelihoods. India's response to these peaceful protests was astonishingly heavy-handed, attacking farmers who dared to speak out against pro-corporate laws that threatened to wipe out family farms and ancestral livelihoods. The brutality at Singhu and Ghazipur borders was more than a law and order matter. It bore the mark of a state poised to crush Sikh aspirations under its boot. Let's not pretend this was a glitch in an otherwise pristine system. We've seen it before, when the internet goes dark in Punjab, when journalists are silenced, and when law-abiding citizens vanish into the machinery of fear. But India's reach doesn't end at its borders. The assassination of Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada, a Sikh community leader, and the alleged plot to kill another Sikh activist, Gurpatwant Singh Pannoon, on US soil are not isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern that can no longer be denied. The Indian state is increasingly comfortable using extraterritorial violence to settle scores. And who are the targets? Outspoken Sikhs, individuals who challenge the government's attempts to rewrite history, restrict freedoms, and homogenise what should be a pluralistic society. The Biden administration's charges against a former Indian intelligence official for directing an assassination plot on American soil is a watershed moment. It's the US government itself, no conservative fever dream, pointing to direct Indian involvement in exporting its repressive tactics here. This isn't the behaviour of a trusted partner. It's the behaviour of a regime that views human rights and religious freedom as obstacles, not values. The appointment of Harmeet Dillon, who spoke the Sikh prayer at the Republican National Convention, underscores the fact that Sikhs in America are not going to be intimidated into silence. They have allies who understand what democratic credentials don't come with a permanent waiver to bully minorities. Under a Trump 2.0 administration, Dillon's civil rights remit should serve as a signal to New Delhi. If India wants to stand with America, it must treat all its citizens with dignity. The days of turning a blind eye to state-sponsored hate, crackdowns on farmers, or hit jobs on foreign soil should be over. Criticising India's treatment of Sikhs isn't anti-India, any more than defending the rights of America's own minorities is anti-American. It's pro-freedom, pro-accountability, and pro-human dignity. Real friends don't let allies become playground bullies. They call them out, they demand better, and they hold them to the standards they claim to uphold. If India can't respect the Sikhs, within its borders or beyond them, then America must question just what kind of partner New Delhi is turning out to be.